Well, I actually had a fairly selfish reason, which was that inside the company we had a fairly large discussion alias before version 1 shipped, where different teams who were writing managed code would kind of put questions. And I can't answer questions about how to use ASP.NET or ADO.NET or any of the those sorts of things. But there were a number of recurring questions about how do app domains work? How should I be unloading app domains? What's this marshal by ref object thing? I've got some unmanaged managed interop problem with marshalling or with threading and apartments and things like that. And what I noticed, first of all, they were all very difficult questions to answer. But the second thing was I was answering the same questions over and over again, but far enough apart that I just wasn't smart enough to have the same answer ready, or each question was slightly different. And, what a waste of time. So at about that time, we were kind of starting up our external community effort, and we were all being encouraged to spend fairly considerable periods of time doing something that made sense. And so for me, I started answering a few, if you look at the very first blogs I did, they were very small, like a paragraph or two, and they were really just kind of cut and pasted out of that discussion alias. And I figured that now I've got an URL, I can kind of point the answers on the internal discussion alias to the external thing and be done. And what I found was that when I started writing them from scratch about a topic, it was very hard to say anything meaningful about anything in a paragraph. And so they kind of got longer and longer. And now they've kind of reached the length where it's very hard to write them because each one is a major effort. The other part of that is just that kind of the subtlety, the kind of the juggling act between what I can write about inside the company for releases that we haven't really committed to externally. It's very hard to kind of keep those two separate.
Sure.